Hi, everybody. Welcome back as we get set for game number 4, day number 1, pool play. We are in Ozark, Alabama, historic Eagle Stadium. A couple of fields being used here in southern Alabama. This one here, and then on the campus of Wallace Community College down in Dothan, there is baseball being played there as well. Well, considering we are now heading into the 4th game of the day, I would say not shabby. That we're getting started about 2 minutes late. So not bad at all. Gabe Matherly stepping into the box to begin things for Greenbrier, Tennessee. It is Greenbrier, Tennessee, Calhoun, Louisiana. And I think we've had somebody from Louisiana in almost all of our games. In the first game, in the second game. Did not in the third game. It is rolled too short, picked up by Purdy, and Purdy goes over to first. And we'll get the out of Matherly on a 6-3. One away for Elijah Farmer. Let's get that lineup set for you. First of all, offensively for Greenbrier. Gabe Matherly leading things off in the 1 spot. Elijah Farmer hits second. Jonah Pinkleton is the 3-hitter. Trevor Bowles batting 4th. Tyler Pitt, the 5-hitter. Eli Hawkins in the 6th spot. MJ Holloman is in that 7-hole. Harley Fort is the 8-hitter, and Junior Edwards batting 9th for Greenbrier. Caleb Hatfield on the hill for Calhoun, Louisiana. Behind the plate, Caden Moore. The first baseman is Ethan Buller. And second, Carson Davidson. Shortstop, Cody Purdy. And third, Hunter Gratton. In the outfield, left, Jordan Yee. Center field, Michael Davis. Alex Clark is in right. Couple of pitches outside of the strike zone to Farmer. Takes this one, floats it foul over towards third. And it is 2-1 on Farmer. Score of the games earlier here. Wiregrass beating Ruston, Louisiana 13-4. Monroe, Louisiana 27-zip over West Georgia. And at least the best game thus far. Charlotte County beating North Charleston 2-zip. Got the outside part of the plate that just kind of floated towards the plate. May have confused Farmer more than anything else. I bet that didn't top 40 miles an hour, but finds the strike zone, and that's what counts. The count even at 2. Swing a miss. Wow, you follow up something about 40 miles an hour with something around 65. And Farmer will strike out for out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder for Jonah Pinkleton.
Jonah Pinkleton with 2 gone, nobody on. Here in the top of the first. Trevor Bowles moving to the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss, nothing in 1 on Pinkleton. Three games done, 3 games to go. Halfway there, the opening day of play, pool play in the World Series here in Dixie Baseball. We will also be at the pre-majors for the Final Four in Chipley. And still not sure about Louisiana yet. Junior boys and Dixie boys. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pinkleton. There's that pitch again that is just totally thrown off Greenbrier, Tennessee hitters. Threw it to Farmer, and Farmer didn't know what to think, and threw it to Pinkleton, and Pinkleton said, I can get it, and didn't. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Outside with the pitch. Count evens up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Let me say, by the way, big hats off to all those involved with Dixie Baseball, the Commissioner Sandy Jones. A good friend to go along with a great commissioner for the Dixie Baseball. All the folks here in the box, those who get the field prepped, Steve Sherrill and his staff. Certainly appreciate the opportunity. Flutters over towards first, and that is going to stay fair. Bowler will pick it up, go over to the bag, and get the out of Pinkleton. It turns into a 3-up, 3-down. Top of the first for Greenbrier. We go to the bottom part of the inning. Scoreless, and Calhoun coming to bat.
Look out, he could be gone.
Calhoun, you're waiting for Sergi throw, and that got him. She's been the head coach, so she's done her part of the season series. And Robinson will get some much-deserved high fives over on the bench.
That was a great hit. Right here. More than final it go.
Popped up over into foul territory, and Murdoch, did he make? Murdoch looking for another TD toss. He's got it. Touchdown. Well, you're seeing the end result of a flyout by Cody Purdy. Went after the first pitch from Tyler Pitt, sends it into center field to the catch made by MJ Holloman. There's one gone here in the bottom of the first. Lineup offensively for Calhoun. Cody Purdy batting in the 1 spot. Alex Clark is the 2-hitter. Michael Davis hits 3rd. Jordan Yee is the 4-hitter. 5th, Ethan Bowler. Caleb Hatfield in the 6th spot. Carson Davidson batting 7th. Cade Moore is the 8-hitter. And Hunter Gratton batting in the 9 spot. Tyler Pitts on the hill for Greenbrier. Eli Hawkins behind the plate. Trevor Bowles is at first. The second baseman is Harley Fort. Shortstop Gabe Matherly. Elijah Farmer is at third. Jonah Pinkleton is in left. The center fielder is MJ Holloman. And Junior Edwards is in right. 2-0 count to Alex Clark. The end of the strike zone, 2-1. Beginning to get a little overcast, but it got a little overcast in the preceding game and cleared up and wound up being rain-free. iPhone weather app keeps pushing that rain back. Now it's 6. So keep pushing back as Clark is walked.
Now batting number 2, the center fielder, Michael Davis.
Michael Davis coming to the plate. Jordan Yee to the on-deck circle. Currently 86. Feels like 94. Winds out of the west-northwest at 5. Visibility is 10 miles. The UV index is 8. Sun goes down at about 7:46 this evening. 1-0 pitch to Michael Davis. Alex Clark, the base runner at first. Rolled back to Pitt. Pitt probably had an opportunity at second, but instead gets the sure out over at first, the 1-3, and Clark now in scoring position.
Now batting left fielder number 32, Jordan Yee.
Ethan Buller coming to the plate after Jordan Yee. Buller moving to the on-deck circle. Yee stepping in with Clark at second. Bottom part of the first after a scoreless top part of the inning. Swing and a miss by Yee. A bit of a gentle breeze. The flags in center field giving us an indication as to what the winds are doing. They're not rough, just a little fluttering in center field, which, by the way, is about 397 feet from home plate. Down low with a pitch, and the count evens at 1. If you're thinking about sending it out in other parts of the park, 347 to left, 323 to right, 355 to the gap to right, and 379 to the gap to left. Or you could just hit it up the middle. And that's what Yee does. Clark taking the big turn at third. The throw will let Yee get to second. And now a couple of base runners in scoring position. Staying at third was Clark, but the throw to the plate allows Yee to advance one more back.
Now batting the first baseman, number 41.
That is the first base hit of the game. And Yee is responsible. He's at second, Clark at third. Calhoun with a couple of base runners on as Ethan Buller steps in. Pitch low to Buller. Caleb Hatfield to the on-deck circle. Clark is at third, fourth game of the day, 6-game day. Plus you got opening ceremonies planned for around 6 o'clock this afternoon. Throw goes to third, and Clark is able to get back safely. Swing and a miss by Buller. Two gone, 2 on, scoreless, but threatening is Louisiana. Count even in 1 on Buller. Hatfield will follow. Pitt looking over to the base runner at third, now delivers home, and again Buller will swing and miss. Tennessee decked out in the green and white. In the red, white, and blue is Calhoun, Louisiana. 34 games in all over the course of 4 days. And 21 of those here on the outside part of the plate. Buller caught looking. And a couple of base runners are left on. Nobody scores. In the bottom of the first, it is a scoreless top and bottom part of the inning. We go to the second. Bowles, Pitt, and Hawkins all coming up for Greenbrier.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Well, wind beginning to pick up here on a Thursday in Ozark as the skies, you can see, continue to darken. We head to the top part of the second and are certainly going to try to get as much baseball in before any precip comes, and we'll work to get as much baseball in after any rain falls.
Leading off for Tennessee, first baseman number 33, Trevor Bowles.
Trevor Bowles starting off the inning. Tyler Pitt, Eli Hawkins due up in the inning too. And of course, by the way, if there is any precip, that's a big part of the reason that you need to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We keep you updated there as to what's going on here. Like when we expect play to resume, how long games will be suspended, that kind of stuff. So if any of these dark clouds release any moisture, we'll get that information to you. 1 ball, no strikes on Bowles. Calhoun getting a couple of base runners on in the bottom of the first, but could not get them in. 1-0 pitch. Bowles thought about it and laid off, but the pitch should have taken it. Count goes even at 1. Here's the 1-1 offering. Wrapped to short. Purdy bobbles it. And Bowles is on. So Greenbrier will get a base runner to lead off the second. Compliments of the mistake at short. Tyler Pitt coming to the plate.
Tyler Pitt.
Eli Hawkins moving to the on-deck circle. And now Pitt will ask for time and step out of the box. Runner in first is Bowles. Pitt awaits, pitches high inside. And it is 1 ball, no strikes. Eli Hawkins moving to the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0 offering. It goes outside. Runner takes off. Bowles is there at second with a stolen base. And now in scoring position in Greenbrier, poised to score the first run of the ball game here in the top part of the second. Couple of glances to second. Hatfield trying to catch the inside part of the plate, goes too far inside. 3-0 now. Well, these continuing to darken skies, I guess, is going to prompt me to pull up the radar and see if there's anything around. Something that could create some problems, and Charlie shows me his weather radar, and yep, I'd say there's stuff nearby that could create some issues. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few things that might create some problems. Pitch high, and Pitt given the walk.
Now batting the catcher number 15, Eli Hawkins.
So Bowles gets on compliments of the error. Pitt is walked, and Eli Hawkins comes to the plate. Well, I just got through with a tournament in Sebring where they played everything between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., with the exception, I think, of the first day. So despite all the really heavy rains we got down in Sebring, had very little impact. As a matter of fact, no impact on the tournament. The problem is we didn't need to get 6 games in. Swing and a miss. And Bowles will take off for third. He is there safely. We just needed to get a handful of games in so you could slate them earlier. With 6 games in a day, there's just not a whole lot you can do. Can't schedule them much earlier than 8 a.m. I guess you could get here at 7-ish. Hawkins awaiting the 0-1. It's head high inside, and Pitt will go to second. And now a couple of base runners in scoring position for Eli Hawkins. MJ Holloman to the on-deck circle. Caleb Hatfield, who retired the side in order in the first. There's that, I don't know if that's maybe a semi-knuckleball or something he's trying to float to the outside, and has been doing so with fairly good success. I think of the 3 times he's thrown it, 2 have been into the strike zone. Hawkins fouling it away, and the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Top of the second, 4th game of the day. There is a little extra time in the evening if you've got rain that delays things, but not a lot of extra time. Driven left field, and the diving trying to get there. He can't do it. That will bring in runs. Bowles comes in and scores. Pitt comes in and scores. Eli Hawkins winding up at second.
Now batting the center fielder, number 44.
And it is a double that drives in 2 runs. And Greenbrier, Tennessee on the board. Two-0 advantage. It belongs to Greenbrier, Tennessee, as MJ Holloman comes to the plate. It is fouled off. Well, somebody needs to have a serious talk with Mama Nature. She does not look real enticing right now. As it is 0-1 on Holman. Harley Fort moving to the on-deck circle. Pitches outside. That will get away from Moore and allow Hawkins to advance to third. Nobody out, 2 are in. Greenbrier, Tennessee taking a 2-zip lead in the top part of the second. And MJ Holman now with the 3rd run of the game potentially 90 feet away. Hatfield will go to third, and back safely is Hawkins. Bottom part of the inning, Hatfield, Davidson, and Moore all coming to the plate. There is a time limit, by the way, for these games. And the first 2 games got to that 1 hour, 50 minutes. The game that just wrapped up went about 1:38. Into the dirt goes between the legs of Moore to the screen, in from third. Hawkins, it's a 3-zip Greenbrier lead. And now nobody on for Holman. He started the at-bat with Hawkins at second. Goes to third, comes home. And Greenbrier now with a 3-zip advantage. And the count even at 1 on Holman. Hatfield, the right-hander, comes set, high leg kick, delivers, and does so too far inside. Balls reached on an error, scored. Pitt on a walk, scored. Hawkins with a double, scored. Lifted to center field, and there the catch is made by Michael Davis. And Holman is out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman.
One gone for Harley Fort. Junior Edwards moves to the on-deck circle. Well, you got 5 pools, and runner-ups aren't going to bracket play. It's just going to be the champions from each pool. And now timeout is asked for, and coach coming out to talk to Caleb Hatfield. And also walking over to be part of the conversation is Purdy. So we will see what the end result is of the conversation between Coach Hatfield and Purdy. Harley Fort batting, 1-0 count, 3 are in. And Hatfield will step back up onto the bump. Purdy will go back to short. Back into the box, Fort, back into the dugout, coach. Junior Edwards moving to the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0 offering. Well, I guess you could finish 2-2 and have a shot to get into bracket play. But that would have to be everybody beating up on everybody in your division. Well, actually, you couldn't because you got 4 in each pool. So you're going to finish either 3-0, 2-1, 1-2, or 0-3. Obviously, an unbeaten mark gets you in. 2-1 record certainly doesn't keep you out. It's when you get into those 1-2 and 0-3s that sees your World Series come to an end in pool play. 3-0 pitch count on Fort. It has been a lengthy top of the second. And that pitch is out of the strike zone. Fort is given a walk.
Now batting right fielder number 22, Junior Edwards.
Junior Edwards coming to the plate with Fort on over at first. Top of the order, Gabe Matherly moving to the on-deck circle. Well, again, you've got an hour 50 with which to work. And right now we are just about 30 minutes in. Edwards, fly ball left field, and that is foul. So Edwards will come back to the plate. Hatfield back up onto the hill. Fort, the base runner at first. Well, my weather props are set for where I live, about an hour, 10 minutes from here, but it says heavy rain. As the pitch is outside, and Fort is going to second and is there safely. One ball, one strike, one out, one base runner on, 3 are in. Bowles, Pitt, and Hawkins have all scored. Hawkins driving in 2 with a double. And now Ford is the base runner at second for Greenbrier. And Junior Edwards trying to move him along. Wraps it in the direction of left. And I think that batter's out. Stepped out of the box to make contact. So Edwards is out, number 2. And there's 2 gone as we go back to the top of the order. Gabe Matherly next. Matherly wrapped into a 6-3 in the first. Elijah Farmer moving to the on-deck circle. Hatfield, Davidson, and Moore when you get to the bottom part of the second as the winds continue to pick up. Pitch on the outside part of the plate to Matherly. Matherly 0 for 1 in the game. Get into the 6-3 as the first out in the first inning. Foul back up against the screen. And Matherly quickly in an 0-2 hole. Major League Baseball, only 1 game tonight. A really limited schedule in the majors. Congratulations, Bryce Harper. Wins the home run derby. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Into left field. That's a base hit on the run with the pitch was Ford, and he will come in and score easily. And a single for Matherly makes it a 4-zip Greenbrier lead.
Now batting number 42, Elijah Farmer.
Elijah Farmer getting his second at-bat in as many innings. Farmer, a strikeout victim in the first. The only strikeout of the game for Hatfield. Floats it towards the plate inside. Jonah Pinkleton moving to the on-deck circle. Hit towards third. Backhanded there by Gratton. Goes over to first with a throw. Not in time. That'll be an infield single for Farmer.
Now batting number 4, Jonah Pinkleton.
So a couple of base runners on as Jonah Pinkleton comes to the plate, representing the 9th at-bat in the top of the second. Couple of base runners on. 4 have plated here in the second inning. Jonah Pinkleton ground out to first in the first. It was the 3rd out in the inning. Pitch is outside from Hatfield. "11 states represented in Dixie baseball." And that one's going to get Pinkleton. Hit by the pitch, goes to first, bases loaded. Trevor Bowles to the plate. It is the same Trevor Bowles that began the inning.
Now batting number 33, Trevor Bowles.
And Greenbrier batting around here in the top part of the second. And has it all loaded up for Trevor Bowles, who reached on an Aristotle base and scored a run back in the second. Swing and a miss at the Hatfield pitch. Well, still to come here in Ozark, you've got the 4 o'clock matchup between Jolton, Tennessee, and Mississippi Elite. And then the nightcap between Ozark and Gonzales. We are assuming in Dothan that they are into their 2 o'clock game between West Seminole and Cana, Virginia. So Wallace Community College, if they can get that West Seminole Cana, Virginia game in will wrap up their play. And I'm going to make an assumption without even asking, so that probably is going to get me in trouble. 1-1 pitch, by the way, inside, and that is that the day at Wallace is a little shorter than the day at Ozark, so if we did get into some situations where rains came, then probably some of the games would be moved. So they don't have lights, so that means you might could add one more game during the course of a day. High pitch. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's the South. There have been occasions where it gets dark and doesn't rain. Let's hope that's today. This is one of those instances. Ball's taking the 3-1, poking it high into the air, foul territory, and from third over to make the catch is Hunter Gratton, and puts an end to the inning, but not until 10 go to the plate, 4 come in and score, 3 left on. 1.5 in, and 36 minutes into the game. We go to the bottom of the second. Hatfield, Davidson, and more when we return.
In Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. And make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast served from 6 to 10 each day, where you can make your own waffle in the breakfast room. For your comfort, you'll find kitchenettes, suites, king and queen size beds, a dining table, a work desk, and a chair and LCD televisions in their rooms. They also have accommodations for conferences, banquets, and meetings. The Oakwood Room can accommodate up to 160 guests. The Cherokee Room is perfect for a business retreat and can accommodate up to 80 guests. Audiovisual equipment and catering are available to make your event special. Just give them a call to check rates and book one of their meeting or banquet rooms today. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel.
You are looking to buy or sell property, a business, or a brand new home in South Alabama or Northwest Florida, then contact Merrifield Pilcher Realty. With over 60 years of combined real estate experience, the professional team of realtors at Merrifield Pilcher Realty is ready to go to work for you. Call today at 850-892-9650.
Wherever life takes you, remember, all roads lead to Econo Lodge. We make travel easy. Econo Lodge, easy stop on the road.
West Monroe. The pitcher, number 9, Caleb Hatfield.
Bottom of the second, Caleb Hatfield leading things off. Carson Davidson, Cade Moore due up in the inning 2. 10 go to the plate, 4 come in and score. The big hit in the inning for Greenbrier in the top of the second was the double from Hawkins that drove in 2. They could have done more damage, though. Left the bases loaded. First pitch from Pitt. In low for ball 1. 39 minutes into the prior game. I think we were into the 4th or 5th. Here we're into the bottom of the second. On the inside part of the plate, count evens at 1. A ball on a strike, leadoff batter in the second outside with a pitch from Pitt. Here's the 2-1 offering. Swung on a missed, handcuffed Hatfield. That was an inside pitch, probably out of the strike zone, but Hatfield decided not to resist, swings and misses. Taking a look at the different pools as Hatfield pops it up on the infield. And coming over from second is Harley Fort to make the catch. One gone for Carson Davidson.
Now batting, second baseman number 11, Carson Davidson.
Pool A has Wiregrass, Chester County, Tennessee, Havana, Florida, and Ruston, Louisiana. We've seen a couple of those teams. Pool B, West Georgia, Taylor, Rehoboth, Alabama, Mendenhall, Mississippi, and Monroe, Louisiana. We've seen 2 of those today. Pool C, Charlotte County, Virginia, Calhoun, Louisiana, Greenbrier, Tennessee, North Charleston, South Carolina. We've seen everybody now in Pool C. Pool D, DeQuincy, Louisiana, West Seminole, Florida, Cana, Virginia, and Enterprise, Alabama. Pool E features Gonzales, Louisiana, Jolton, Tennessee, Mississippi Elite, and Ozark. So by the end of today, we're going to see teams from just about every pool except maybe D here at Eagle Stadium. 0-2 on Carson Davidson. Floats it towards left field, and that will drop in front of Jonah Pinkleton. And a 1 out, Carson Davidson single has a base runner on for Calhoun. Caden Moore coming to the plate. Honey Grattan moves to the on-deck circle. Pitch shaking off a couple of signs, gives a look over to the base runner at first. And now the right-hander comes set, working from the stretch. Moore chops it to short. Matherly stepping in front of Matherly is third baseman Elijah Farmer. Thought it was headed towards short, but Farmer fields, goes to first. Gets more on the 5-3. Davidson is at second.
Now batting the second baseman number 10, Hunter Grafton.
2 gone for Hunter Grafton. Top of the order, Cody Purdy moving to the on-deck circle. Pitt with a look to the base runner, now ready to come home to Grafton. Goes after the first pitch, puts it into center field. Scooped up quickly by Hullman. And Davidson will have to hold at third. Grafton is now the base runner at first. That's the third hit of the game for Calhoun. Both teams now with 3 hits each. And they're runners at first and third. As that wind begins to pick up substantially. Fouled off by Purdy. I don't know how it looks behind the stadium. I know in the front and to the front right, certainly dark, but if we could get this little bright spot to the front left to kind of drift over Eagle Stadium, maybe we could sidestep a lot of the worst of what may be out there on this Thursday afternoon. Into the dirt with a pinch. Grafton goes to second. Now a couple of base runners in scoring position for Calhoun. One ball, one strike on Purdy. Purdy with a fly out to center field. He was the first out in the first inning. Batting here in the bottom of the second, Alex Clark to the on-deck circle. The third for Greenbrier. Starts with a 5 spot. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slapped over towards second, and trying to time the jump to make the catch was Ford. Did not. Clark scores. Make that Davidson scores. Grafton is tagged out.
Pitch count 28.
So Purdy delivering with a base hit that brings in a run, but tagged out as Grafton trying to come home to 4-1 the advantage, Greenbrier, as we go to the third.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Your stay in Moorestown at the Best Western Plus Moorestown Conference Center Hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. And make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast served from 6 to 10 each day, where you can make your own waffle in the breakfast room. For your comfort, you'll find kitchenettes, suites, king and queen size beds, a dining table, a work desk, and a chair, and LCD televisions in their rooms. They also have accommodations for conferences, banquets, and meetings. The Oakwood Room can accommodate up to 160 guests. The Cherokee Room is perfect for a business retreat and can accommodate up to 80 guests. Audiovisual equipment and catering are available to make your event special. Just give them a call to check rates and book one of their meeting or banquet rooms today. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel.
Just about all white, Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off, number 2, Tyler Pitt.
Top of the third, Tyler Pitt stepping into the batter's box, facing a new pitcher, Hunter Grafton. Caleb Hatfield will work 2 innings, face 13, strike out 1, give up a couple of walks, 3 hits, and 4 runs. Meanwhile, there is a new third baseman, obviously, with Grafton coming in. That is Drake Cardwell, who is now at third. And I am making the assumption, as this one is popped up behind the plate. And there the catch will be made by Caden Moore. Pitt is number 1, the first out in the inning. Eli Hawkins coming to the plate next.
Now batting, number 15, Eli Hawkins.
Well, looks like Hatfield has gone to short, so we'll see where Purdy has wound up. Maybe Purdy in center field. One out for Eli Hawkins. I know Purdy have the longer locks, so I'm thinking he's now the guy in center field, which asks the question, where's Michael Davis? We'll figure that out. Well, and there you see Michael behind the plate. So solve that mystery. So now we just got to find out where Caden Moore went to. Two balls, no strikes on Hawkins until now. A swing and a miss. I think Cade Moore has come out of the lineup. So Moore leaves the diamond. And I think we got all the other changes to you. Which means that likely Drake Cardwell, who's now at third, will bat in that 8 spot. That's where I'm going to put him for the moment anyway. Counting it at 2 on Hawkins, M.J. Hallman to the on-deck circle, rolled to third. First chance at third for Caldwell, and it's successful as he goes across the diamond and gets Hawkins on the 5-3. 2 gone for M.J. Hallman.
Now batting number 44, M.J. Hallman.
Harley Fort moves to the on-deck circle. 2 gone, nobody aboard. Top of the third, 4-1, Tennessee lead. World Series action here on JockJive Sports. Pitches high from Hunter Grafton. Grafton beginning the day at third. Now on the hill. By the way, you see a number there on your screen as this is conveniently one-hopped into the mid of Matherly. He will go over to first. Or actually, that is the new shortstop, Hatfield, former pitcher. So Hatfield getting Hallman on the 6-3. So 9 pitches in the top of the third for Grafton. We go to the bottom of the inning. Alex Clark, Michael Davis, Jordan Yee, all coming up.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Bottom of the third, Alex Clark starting things off for Calhoun, Louisiana. Michael Davis, Jordan Yee, 2 up in the inning, 2. Left-hander Clark walked and got to third, stranded there in the first. Hunter Grafton comes in, retires the side in order in the top of the third. Opening pitch outside of the strike zone to Clark. Michael Davis, Jordan Yee due up in the inning, 2. We've made it to the bottom of the third. It's fouled away. And we are a little less than an hour away from the max the game can go. With conditions, by the way. So we are, I guess, a little behind if you're thinking about wrapping the game up early. We are not halfway through, but we are better than halfway through the allotted time for the game. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Wide with the pitch to Clark. Michael Davis is on deck. Here's the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. And by the way, that was a pinch hitter for Clark. Let's pull up the phone and refer to the roster.
Now batting number 2, Michael
And
Davis.
see who that was. Pinch hitting it. As a matter of fact, I don't have a double 0 for Calhoun. Fouled away. But I have a 2 and a 2, and that belongs to Hogan. So it was Jackson Hogan. Pinch hitting for Clark, batting here in the third. Michael Davis at the plate with one away, reaches out, pokes it towards center field, and the diving catch on the slide, MJ Hallman. And there's 2 gone. Jordan Yee, who singled in the first, coming to the plate here in the third.
Jordan Yee.
Ethan Buller moving to the on-deck circle. 2 gone, nobody aboard, bottom of the third. 4-1 Greenbrier lead. Calhoun sending Yee to the plate. 8, 9, and 1 come to the plate for Greenbrier when you get to the fourth. Swing and a miss by Yee. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. He tried to hold up on the swing. Did he? An appeal down to first to see, and now there's confirmation he did hold up. And the count will run even at 1. By the way, want a copy of this game or any game of this World Series? We'll send you a download. $5. You can have the download and burn your own DVDs. Into the strike zone. 1 and 2. Email info@jockjive.com. info@jockjive.com. Farmer fields at third, over to first, and that's out of the mid of Bowles. And Calhoun will have a base runner, compliments of the E3.
Now batting number 41, Ethan Buller.
So we will see if Calhoun makes Greenbrier pay for the mistake. Ethan Buller, who struck out looking in the first. One of 2 strikeouts in the game for Tyler Pitt. Back into the box here in the third. Caleb Hatfield moving to the on-deck circle. Pitch goes outside from Pitt. (13-4), 27-zip, 2-0. Those were the scores from the prior games. This one at 4-1. Count goes even at 1. NJCAA women's basketball on JockJive and on NJCAA TV. That happens a week from Saturday. We'll be in Atlanta for the NJCAA women's basketball all-star event. Into the dirt. Nice stop behind the plate for Hawkins. If Hawkins doesn't stop it, Yee is likely at second. Pitts giving a glance to the base runner over at first. Now delivers low and inside. Three balls and a strike on Buller. Fort Edwards and Matherly coming to the plate when you get to the fourth. Throw goes over to first. Yee able to get back safely. 3 balls and a strike on Buller. Three-one toss. Popped up, right side. And drifting back onto the grass to make the catch is Harley Fort. He and Junior Edwards were on a collision course, but Edwards backs off at the last moment. And Fort will make the catch. Buller is out. Yee is left on. 1 left on. That is a total of 4 stranded now through 3 innings for Calhoun. We go to the 4th. Greenbrier leading it by 3.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Wherever life takes you, remember all roads lead to Econo Lodge. We make travel easy. Econo Lodge, easy stop on the road.
Top of the 4th, near the bottom of the order, Harley Fort making his 2nd plate appearance, first one against Hunter Grafton. His previous plate appearance came against the starter Caleb Hatfield in the 2nd. He walked, stole a base, and scored a run then. Part of that 4-run 2nd inning. Thus far, all the runs for Greenbrier, Tennessee came in the 2nd, and the lone Calhoun run came in the 2nd as well. So, not sure why we played the 1st and 3rd. Oh yeah, that's part of the game. 4-1 advantage, Greenbrier, Fort, Junior Edwards, Gabe Matherly due up in the inning. On the outside part of the plate, 1 and 2. Game's got a time limit of 150. We are now inside 50 minutes to play with 1:03 into this one. So about 47 minutes before you hit the time limit. Right between the legs of Hatfield, and Fort gets on because of the error. So Greenbrier with a base runner on to begin the 4th. Junior Edwards, who stepped out of the box to try to lay down a hit in the 2nd and was called out, steps into the box here in the 4th. Gabe Matherly to the on-deck circle, throw to first. And that's going to get away from Buller. And Fort gets away from first and thought about 3rd. Coach says hang on at 2nd. That's where he'll stay put. That has been a fairly consistent error today. The throw over to first that's been wrong, that's misfired. And Fort now at 2nd for Junior Edwards. Big cut, no contact for Edwards. Gabe Matherly is on deck. And that one got Edwards. Trying to duck to get out of the way, but Grafton got him, and a couple of base runners on now. And they're both compliments of Calhoun. The error puts Ford on, and the hit batsman is Edwards at first.
Now batting, number 5, Gabe Matherly.
Back to the top of the order. Gabe Matherly wrapped into the 6-3. He singled. He drove in a run. Elijah Farmer moving to the on-deck circle. Still ominous clouds hanging over Eagle Stadium, but we don't mind the clouds. It's the rain and the lightning, and we've had neither of those two. Low pitch to Matherly. Matherly ground out to short in the first, singled and drove in a run in the second. Grafton, who came in relief of Hatfield after a pair of innings. Working into the fourth of the pitch on the corner, 2-1. Nobody out, 2 on here in the fourth inning. Calhoun, 3 errors now in the game. 2-1 pitch way outside. Good backhand by Davis, keeping that from going to the screen. And that one almost got Matherly, or maybe it did. Well, either way, whether it got him or it's a walk, he's over at first and the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 42, Elijah Farmer.
Nobody out, bases full, top of the fourth. Elijah Farmer, who has struck out and singled, 1 for 2 on the day. Stepping into the batter's box, Jonah Pinkleton moving to the on-deck circle. Pitch from Grafton stays high. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Comes in low, 2-0. Matherly's at first, Edwards is at second, Ford is at third. Floated foul over the backstop and into the street behind the stadium. Notice they're doing some work, some additional buildings being constructed across the street from Eagle Stadium, but coming here for different baseball events, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now. Pitch stays high, 3-1. A walk of Farmer and a run comes in. Here's the pitch from Grafton. It is swung on and missed. And the count will run full. Baseball starts at 8 a.m. again tomorrow morning. Starts at 8 a.m. again on Saturday. And then a 9 o'clock start time on Sunday. Pitch is high. The walk is issued, and Ford comes in from third.
Now batting number 4, Jonah Pinkleton.
So the bases loaded walk brings in a run, leaves bases loaded. And Jonah Pinkleton, who has been hit by a pitch and ground out to first, steps in. Outside with a pitch from Grafton. Grafton looking to the runner over at third. Edwards will step nearer the bag. Edwards is at third. Matherly at second. Farmer at first. Nobody out. Pinkleton batting. The lead is 4. And it is fouled away by Pinkleton. Trevor Bowles moving to the on-deck circle. Bottom of the fourth, Hatfield, Davidson, and Cardwell all expected to come to the plate. 1-1 pitch into the dirt, goes to the screen. Edwards coming in from third. The throw to the plate and not there. Grafton cannot get the tag on Edwards. He will slide in safely. Matherly will go to third. Farmer is now at second. And Greenbrier's got their largest lead of the game at 5. Well, it takes some one of those SOS pads to clean off the dish. A lot of extra dirt on the dish, and now coach coming out to talk to Grafton. And let's see if coach is going to make a change. Well, she made a point towards her shortstop, but shortstop's already been in, so apparently it's somebody else that's going to come to the bump. Grafton is indeed going to the dugout, which is an indication that somebody new will be on the bump when we come back. 6-1 Greenbrier. We're in the top of the 4th, and you're watching your sports on JockJive.
Look out, he could be gone.
Bouncing away from the surgeon throw, and that got him. She's been the head coach, so she's done her part of the season. And Robinson will get some much-deserved high fives over on the bench.
She earned those. That was a great hit. Right here.
Cardwell, I think that is Drake, by the way. Drake Cardwell is on the hill for Calhoun, Louisiana, replacing Hunter Grafton. Grafton worked an inning officially, faced 7. No strikeouts, couple of walks, no hits given up. Thus far, he has allowed 2 runs, but the 2 base runners on would be his responsibility. Jonah Pinkleton, Trevor Bowles, Tyler Pitt coming to the plate here in the top part of the 4th. In a game that has now hit the 1 hour and almost 15-hour mark. So this game may not go the full 7. Not looking that way currently. Cardwell's pitch up high. Right now, the 150 allotted. You've got, what, about 35 minutes left? And we're only in the top of the 4th. Swing, a miss by Pinkleton. And the count now runs full. Cardwell picking up a count against Pinkleton. A couple of base runners on. Nobody out in the inning. Matherly at third. Farmer is the base runner at second. And there's a swing and a miss. Pinkleton not completely happy with himself. looks skyward, and he's out number 1.
Now batting, number 33, Trevor.
1 away for Trevor Bowles. Bowles has reached on an error, stolen a couple of bases, and now hit by Cardwell. Pitch, bases loaded. Tyler Pitt walked, stole a base, scored a run. He's flown out behind the plate as well. 0 for 1. Eli Hawkins to the on-deck circle. First pitch out of the strike zone to Pitt. Pitt 0 for 1 with a run scored and a stolen base. Eli Hawkins moving to the on-deck circle. Bases all loaded up with Greenbrier guys. Bowles at first, Farmer at second, Matherly at third. Hit towards right, but foul. Brief chase given by Alex Clark, but he'll watch it sail into the batting cages. Off the field of play, obviously, and the count even at 1. Into third, that'll get underneath the mitt of Hunter Grafton, who is back at third playing. In from third comes Matherly, and that will be charged as an error. It's the 4th one of the game for Calhoun. Run comes in, base is still loaded.
Now batting, number 15, Eli Hawkins.
And Eli Hawkins to the plate. Hawkins has doubled and ground out. He's 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs and a run scored. MJ Holloman moving to the on-deck circle. Outside with a pitch from Cardwell. One ball, no strikes. And again, nearly the same spot. 2-0. Behind Hawkins, 3-0. Bases are loaded here in the 4th. And a walk of Hawkins would bring in Farmer. Farmer's at third. Bowles at second, Pitt the base runner at first. Holman is on deck. Greenbrier with a 6-run lead. And there, finding the strike zone, is Cardwell. Three-one offering. It is too tall. It's inside. Hawkins is walked, and Farmer comes in.
Now batting, number 44, MJ Holloman.
MJ Holloman 0 for 2 in the game. He's popped out. He's ground out. Facing Drake Cardwell for the first time in the game, Harley Fort moves to the on-deck circle. And Harley Fort's the guy that began the 4th. Greenbrier, unless there's the DP turned, will bat around for a second inning in the game. They did it in the 2nd and appear about to be doing the same in the 4th. Hit towards third. That is a foul ball. We are exactly a half hour away from the time limit of 1:50. Got a 4 o'clock matchup coming up between Joelton, Tennessee and Mississippi Elite. And then after that one, some of the opening ceremonies, or how about all of the opening ceremonies. And the nightcap at 7:30. Hit to third, throw coming to the plate. And the force out at third, but opted instead to try to get the lead runner. And won't be able to get Bowles. He will score. And the fielder's choice still keeps the bases loaded in now a 9-1 game. And Harley Ford, who began the fourth, is back into the box again. He reached on an error, advanced on an error as well. And came in and scored earlier in the inning. Pitches outside from Cardwell. Greenbrier taking an 8-run lead here in the fourth. High and inside from Cardwell. Junior Edwards to the on-deck circle. Into the strike zone there from Cardwell. And the count goes even at 1. A ball, a strike, and out. Base is full. 5 have scored in the inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Well, apparently that was a 3-1 offer. And Pitt will come in and score, and now Coach coming out to apparently get Cardwell. So a bases loaded walk. Fort picks up the RBI. Greenbrier's lead goes to 9. And coming in from the outfield to pitch is Purdy. The new pitcher when we return. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
We got a new pitcher, number 27, Cody Purdy. Now batting number 22, Junior Edwards.
Drake Cardwell will face a total of 6 in his tenure on the hill and officially works a third of an inning and hands the baseball over to Cody Purdy. Purdy's been pretty much everywhere. Shortstop, center field, now on the hill. And facing Junior Edwards with the bases loaded in a 10-1 contest, top of the fourth. 2 pitches, both out of the strike zone from Purdy. 1 strikeout for Cardwell. He issued a couple of walks. Did not give up a base hit. As a matter of fact, in the hit department, these 2 teams are tied. 4 each. But in the run department, there's a rather large disparity, 9. And there is the walk issued to Junior Edwards that makes it an 11-1 game.
Now batting, number 5, Gabe Matherly.
Back to the top of the order, Gabe Matherly next. Elijah Farmer moving to the on-deck circle. Cody Purdy, 4th pitcher of the afternoon, swing and a miss by Matherly. No one offering outside, even at 1. Matherly has ground out to short. He has singled and he's walked. That walk came earlier in this inning. Elijah Farmer moving to the on-deck circle. In the inning, there have been a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks. That's outside 2, 2 and 1. It is an inning that has seen a total of 12 hitters come to the plate, but there has not been a single base hit. Over the head of Matherly. It started off with Ford, reached on an error. Edwards hit by a pitch. Matherly walked. Farmer walked. Pinkleton struck out. Bowles hit by a pitch. Pitt reaches on an error. Hawkins walks. Holloman on a fielder's choice. Ford walks. Edwards walks. And now Matherly is walked.
Now batting, number 42, Elijah.
And that brings in Hallman. Ford goes to 3rd, Edwards to 2nd, Matherly is at 1st. And the lead is now 11. Pitch goes high. And it's 1-0 to Elijah Farmer. Farmer has struck out, he has singled, he has walked. The walk came with the bases loaded, and it produced an RBI that is fouled away, and the count evens at 1. Well, it is overcast, but it really doesn't look ominously so. So maybe, just maybe, then rough stuff we anticipated, the wet stuff, won't happen. Pitch outside, 2-1. I know organizers of this event would love to get all 6 games in and not have to go into the rescheduling and delay mode on the opening day. Fouled off by Farmer, and the count evens at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Farmer. Jonah Pinkleton moving to the on-deck circle. floated in the direction of right field. That is going to get over the head of a twisting around Mr. Hogan. Ford will come in and score. Edwards will come in and score. Farmer winds up at second. Matherly at third. And Greenbrier's lead is now 14-1.
Now batting number 4, Jonah Pinkleton.
Jonah Pinkleton has ground out to first, been hit by a pitch and struck out. And that's behind the hitter. Joelton, Tennessee, and Mississippi Elite planning to take to the field next. Another one out of the strike zone from Purdy. Well, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Twitter and Facebook. You can open up a brand new browser. Don't have to do it. Don't have to close out the game coverage to do it. You can just open up a new browser. We'll keep you updated on score schedules and more if there are indeed weather delays. Then you find out about it first. You know when play is going to resume. Into the strike zone and out goes Pinkleton. And Purdy will pick up his first strikeout of the game.
Bowles.
2 gone for Trevor Bowles. Bowles has reached on an error. He's popped out to third. He has been hit by a pitch and scored a couple of runs. And maybe Purdy's found his groove. Catches the outside part of the plate. Tyler Pitt to the on-deck circle. Fouled away by Bowles, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. Bowles awaits, swings, misses, and back-to-back Ks take care of the remainder of the fourth.
Pitch count 24. Pitch count 24.
Big inning, though. A total of 10 runs will plate, and a total of 15 runners come to the plate. 3 are left on, 3 go down. 2 are left on, and 3 go down. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's a 14-1 Greenbrier lead.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
You are looking to buy or sell property, a business, or a brand new home in South Alabama or Northwest Florida, then contact Merrifield Pilcher Realty. With over 60 years of combined real estate experience, the professional team of realtors at Merrifield Pilcher Realty is ready to go to work for you. Call today at 850-892-9650.
Louisiana, number 9, Caleb Hatfield.
Bottom of the fourth, Caleb Hatfield starting things off. Carson Davidson, Drake Cardwell due up in the inning, too. It is an inning in which Calhoun needs a couple of runs. If they don't score 2, Pitt delivering into the strike zone to begin the bottom of the fourth. But if they don't play a couple of runs, the 12-run mercy rule implemented after 4. Creeping up on the time factor, too. 1 hour, 50 minutes is the max for a game. We're at 1:35. So you're working to get runs plated, and you are working to try to do it relatively quick. Outside with a pitch from Pitt. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Hatfield popped out to second. He was the first out in the second inning. And got a piece of it, rolls it foul. Carson Davidson and Drake Cardwell. Cardwell has not had a plate appearance in the game thus far. He's been in the game for a while. But the spot that he took on the outside part of the plate, Hatfield strikes out. And there's 1 away in the fourth.
Now batting, number 11, Carson Davidson.
The spot he absorbed has not come up until now. And Cardwell has moved to the on-deck circle. Davidson backs up, reaches, swings, nothing in 1. Davidson with a single and a run scored in the second. The only run plated by Calhoun was Davidson, driven in by Cody Purdy. Another strike, it's nothing in 2. And maybe finding his groove is Pitt as he strikes out Davidson.
Now batting, number
2
4,
gone, nobody
Drake
aboard. Drake Cardwell to the plate. And where Calhoun is concerned, you've got to have something from Cardwell on the outside part of the plate from Pitt. Hunter Crafton moving to the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Cardwell, nothing in 2. And Calhoun down to their last out. And their last strike as well. Here's the 0-2. Cardwell able to get a piece of it and stay alive. Well, the 4 o'clock game may not start much after 4. Here's the 0-2. Swing, a miss. Cardwell strikes out and this game's over.
Pitch count 56, pitch count 56.
Well, it
Ladies and
should
gentlemen, I'd like to remind you that the opening
It is a 12-run lead. It's
ceremonies
after 4. And I think the officials have indicated it's done. Yep, they have.
with your teams.
It is final 14-1.
6:30. Again,
Greenbrier knocking
about
off
6:30
Calhoun. Got
this
2 more
evening,
games left.
getting ready for
Here at historic Eagle Stadium, we'll be
opening
back
ceremonies.
with Jolton,
Game
Tennessee,
between
taking on Mississippi Elite right about 4 o'clock. See you then, Robert Williamson.
and
So long for all of us at JockJive
Jolton,
Sports.
Tennessee. First pitch. 4 p.m. First pitch, 4 p.m.